So this is the data validation project. It starts with a welcome message and asks for the first name. And if I go ahead and enter in a first name like Daniel, but I have a couple numbers in there, then it's going to error out and it's going to say re-enter your first name. And it's going to do that forever until I enter in a valid first name that's composed of all letters like Daniel. Then it's going to ask me to enter in my last name. And again, we have the same issue here. You cannot have letters, and you have to have at least can't have numbers in your last name, and you have to have at least two letters. So I'm gonna say Lee. My zip code, I'm gonna do 9110088. Notice here that a zip code is made up of 5 numbers, so we get an error if we put in 6 numbers, and it's going to continue to error until I enter in a proper zip code like this one here. Now, on the birth year, if I put the year 9, that's not a valid year, right? So it's going to error out until I enter in a valid birth year. So maybe I could put 2005. And then I'm entering my phone number. And so I do, let's do a 626 333 4444 and hit enter, and it says no, you have to follow the appropriate format. And what is the appropriate format? It is 626 hyphen 333 hyphen 1234. And once I get that, then I get to my username, and I'm going to put Dan. My password, I am going to put ASDF, and it's going to say error. Your password must have at least 8 characters, 2 numbers, 1 uppercase, and 1 lowercase letter. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to say Daniel, and then I'll say 2 3s at the end. And I think that satisfies everything. We have an uppercase letter, we have at least 8 characters, and we have 2 numbers. So I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to re-enter my password just to double check that I entered it in correctly. And it's going to go like that. And it says that you've successfully created your account. Now enter my username, and I could say Dan ASDF, which is not my username, and I could say ASDF is my password, and it's going to say error. Right? And it's going to error until I enter in the correct username and password, which is Dan, and then my password is Daniel33, capital D, and it says you successfully entered the system. So this is the data validation project.